At the second Central Asia-Russia summit in Tajikistan, President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev outlined key areas for expanding multilateral cooperation. He noted that the potential of the rapidly developing region is gaining global recognition, and interest in the C5+ dialogue format continues to grow. The first Central Asia-Russia Forum, held 3 years ago in Astana, laid the foundation for strengthening cooperation between the region's countries and Russia, while the new summit is expected to give this partnership fresh momentum. Trade with Russia accounts for 1/3 of Central Asia's total trade turnover, which grew by 20% last year to exceed $50 billion. More than half of this, $28 billion, comes from trade between Kazakhstan and Russia. Russia has become one of the largest investors in the Kazakh economy, investing over $26 billion. Russian inflows grew by 33% last year alone, exceeding $4 billion. This was made possible by the accelerated development of industrial cooperation. A total of 114 projects worth over $21 billion have been completed, and 33 more projects valued at more than $4.5 billion are currently underway.
На сумму более $4,5 миллиардов.
He highlighted significant prospects for joint efforts in agriculture, proposing the creation of clusters for deep grain processing and high value-added production. Strengthening transport and logistics links also remains a priority. 11 international transport corridors pass through Kazakhstan, accounting for about 85% of overland freight between Asia and Europe. Over the past 15 years, $35 billion has been invested in the sector, and rail freight transit from Russia to Central Asia via Kazakhstan has increased by 26%.
Совместно с российскими и туркменскими партнерами
Together with our Russian and Turkmen partners, we are developing the eastern branch of the North-South International Transport Corridor, which has already seen significant growth in freight volumes. We plan to double the corridor's capacity by 2027. Last year, freight traffic there reached nearly 2.5 million tons. The launch of a joint program for investment and infrastructure support for the eastern branch of the North-South Corridor would facilitate the full realization of this route's potential and attract the necessary funds. Tokayev also pointed to vast opportunities for cooperation in the energy sector, including the nuclear industry, noting the construction of Kazakhstan's first nuclear power plant with Rosatom's participation. He proposed creating a regional council of competencies on the nuclear fuel cycle and radioactive waste management. Productive collaboration, he added, is also possible in digitalization and environment. In this regard, the president suggested establishing a council of ministers of Central Asian countries and Russia on environmental issues. The head of state also touched on partnership in ensuring security, countering terrorism, drug trafficking, and cybercrime. He believes it is important to continue the joint work of the Security Council secretaries in the Central Asia-Russia format.